answer you at first. Did you try to create something in Canva at home?
Yes.
So you can tell me a little bit about it.
I tried, but I couldn't download the iPhone from because I don't have Canva. Because I don't have a computer at home.
I don't know the computer. I see. And do you also have a computer at home?
Yes.
Do you or don't you?
Yes, I have.
Okay. There's also, I think, an application for it.
Yeah, there's an application on the laptop, but I didn't have memory, so it didn't let me download.
I want to ask you to come on time next time. It's 3 minutes past 8. And, okay, so the next question is, what do you imagine when I say composition and layout, when you think about design? Or another word for it is arrangement of things. So what do you imagine?
All the things are arranged in the element.
And do you know any of these rules? Like when you create something? Like
Yeah.
you ever thought about it or read about it?
Some depends on presentation.
And some example?
Something simple.
Okay. Okay, I'll ask you. So the first one is like, did you create something in Canva at home?
Yeah.
And what was it?
Postcard.
I made a poster.
And the next question is like, what do you imagine when I say composition and layout? It's like arrangement of things. Anything about
What I imagine like different layers together to make one thing, one final product.
And you? Okay. So today we are going to design Instagram cover or Facebook cover, which is the same. And the first thing is like that when you create something, it has 3 things which are very important. For example, to Facebook and Instagram invitation. The first one is the graphic design itself, what it looks like. Then the second thing is like the actual content, where it takes place, when it takes place, and what it is. And then the last one is like dimensions, because whenever I upload something on Facebook, for example, when you have the cover above your profile, each just doesn't have that dimension. It's not a problem for Instagram because the dimension of the Instagram invitation is the same as the one on Facebook. And so whenever you create something like invitation, the first step is to write down some information about it. So for example, first is like the name of the project, then it's like what I'm trying to communicate. It means like 2 people who should come over to the place. And the last one, what I'm giving this information to, like who are the people who should come to that event. So today, like the name of the project or event is a contemporary rock band concert. So we are organizing a rock band concert, and what I'm trying to communicate. So it's like that there is a band whose rock music is contemporary, yet it holds features of rock music from 70s. That's the event, and what I'm giving this information to, like the audience, is like the people who like old school rock music, but are eager or are let down by contemporary music, and they would like to come over to this. They would like to hear the mixture. So, and then whenever you create, this is like I will send it to you after that in email, so you know. So at first it's like that you have this, and then the second one is something what's called the mood board or a mind like a mind map which you create after that. And this is like that you create or write down like things which you would like to put in the invitation. For example, it's like it can be text, it can be like a text, or what kind of images and vectors you would like to put it in there. what type of font you would like to use and what kind of color you would like to use, and then the factual information like when, where, and to what. So the one which you are creating today is like the text which I want to use at the invitation is something like old school in a new code, or redesigned old school rock or 70s in 2021. So the thing is that just before you make it, I just write it down, like on a piece of paper or anything. So then I was thinking like what types of those vectors and objects you can like activate. It's always like that you think what relates to our concept. So what can it be and old school? So for example, in my case, it's like a Beatles guitar, or it can be a gramophone record, or like a guy with long hair, or a guy with jeans jacket. And the next thing, I was thinking like what kind of colors I would like to use in the invitation. So the first one is like it's combination black or and white. This is like because the black is the color of the rock music. Then I was thinking about combination of blue and white because blue relates to the jeans jackets, which people who listen to rock music use. And yes, so combination of black plus white, or blue plus white. And then what kind of font I would like to use. You know, whenever you imagine each font looks a little bit different. So there are two types of fonts. One of them is more serious. It's like the one when you have, for example, like this one, and then you have this type of font. So some of the fonts have these kind of roofs, and some of them don't. So this type of font is used for more formal things, when you would like to seem to be serious, like newspapers, and this is less formal. And in this case, because I would like to attract people, like to be more friendly to the people, so I just use the font which is called this, like there are two groups of fonts, and this one is called sans serif, and the serious one is serif. But there will be another class to explain the fonts. So this time I would like to use the font which is something like called Helvetica. And then the factual information. So what? So it's like the name of the concept group I created is Canva. And it's like the rock concept. So then it's when, and the date of the concert is 20th of November 2021 at 9. And where? So it's portages. Industry is Saint Kirill in Methode. So this is like the preparation phase. Actually, this like writing down the information helps you to simplify the designing, because when you open it, it's like now you know. So now you know that you would like to use this color, or you would like to add a picture of a guitar, and you know the information. So now, when it's the second step that we actually start creating, the invitation is like that. With this called a mood board, you just concentrate on the design. So open the Canva.com.
There are some open folders here and Chrome tabs should I close them?
You close it, okay? If there are some tabs, open the Firefox browser. There is nothing, because this one is like what I installed for. And you can close the second one, just close the whole one.
We need to log in Canva?
Yes. So you don't have a computer at home. Do you have computers at home where you can work?
This is the problem. Well, I'm sharing it with my brother. We have like.
So you have something at home where you can do this stuff. Are you logged in?
Almost.
If you want to, we can have some water there or coffee, whatever you want.
No.
Is the fine back on? Out? So when you hit the search bar, when you write a Facebook post, it will just disappear, and then you can see the correct dimensions for it, which is 940 pixels times 788. So click on it, and now you have the templates, but we will create a blank new Facebook post. So click on create a blank Facebook post. And I think that you don't have so many items here, right?
No.
So this is like when you click on this, like the more button, then you can add the photo and everything in there. Okay, I'll just remove all of the things. So this is like what you have it now. And the thing is that the left side bar is like a place where you can use everything, like all the objects which we use. And then when you click on the more, you can see that you have the photos, styles, audio here and so on. So just drag this or click on it and it's added to the board. So we have everything there. Styles, background, and that's Another thing which you can use on Canva is like that you can connect it to Google Drive, and because if you have a shared folder, the Canva so try to connect to Google Drive. So when you click on the Google Drive icon and you click on it, it's like that. Then there will probably be like an account of our office, but connect to your own Gmail, and then the folder which we use for our class will be there, so you can access the pictures from there. So I'll just click my own. And I don't know why it's not like it for me. Could you connect?
Just I need to have the verification.
Okay, I don't know why it's not working for me. But then you can also connect, for example, to your Instagram, which is good because then if you have some photos which you would like to use. Yeah, the problem is that I have connected my accounts to a different account. That is the reason why I can't see them. But you can connect to your Instagram or to Google Drive, and you can just source the pictures there. Could you connect?
Yeah.
And you? When you click on the more button, then there are like the social networks and everything where you can connect to. So when you click on Google Drive, the thing is that then, because I have some, you have some material, for example, to Google Drive or on Instagram or anywhere. So instead of like going to another page and to download it to your computer and then use it in it, you can just connect from Canva straight to all of these things. So then if you would like to use, for example, a picture on Instagram, you don't have to go to Instagram to upload it. You can just click on it and it takes you to the place. So when you look at the left sidebar, you have something what's called elements. So then you have like lines and shapes, which is the basis, like squares, rectangles, lines, and so on. Then you have graphics, which are called vectors, and then you have photos, and there is also like the grids and frames and charts. So this is like the items which you can use in the design. Then we have the upload section. Then this is the place where you would like to upload something from your computer, like a picture or something. And then you have the photos. So, for example, when you put there a guitar, you can see some of the photos there. And but some of them are free, and some of them are like pro premium, so the pro cannot be used. And so now when you have the opening design, just go to the file, and when you click show rulers, it will show you this on both sides, so you know how big it is. And so the next one is show margins, which is show you this kind of a thing, and this is called margin, like the difference between the edge and the area which is used actually for drawing. And then also you have show guides. And now when you have the mouse over here and you do this, you can see that it gives you this kind of a guide. And the guides help you to align everything, that it snaps to it. So now, because we have this mood board, so we will just go to text and we will add the one which we created. So the first one is like comment. And we'll just add everything on it, and then we'll start rearranging. So the first one is comment. And then, because I like old school in a new code, so I will put there this.
Did you click on that heading?
It's like add heading, then add subheading, and add a little bit of the body text. So the difference is of the size. So when you click on add heading, it's the biggest, but then this is the middle size, and this is the smallest size. But when you click on the text, object text, you can change the size whenever you want to. It's just like different sizes. But always like when you put something what's supposed to be like the heading, the main text, then it's good to click add heading and add subheading. It doesn't have to be like exact. And then I would like to add the actual information. So I will click on add a little bit of the text, and I will say like when. So is the 2021, which is today, and the time is so I will also add like where, which is just so tutorial today well. And I will also add that I would like to add the thing that it's a raw concert, so I'll add raw concert underneath. And
how did you get multiply columns? You just hit enter.
can you say it again?
How can I get multiply rows? I tried typing, but
You
you
mean
press enter.
like this? Yeah, when you press the enter.
Because it was a full sentence.
Yeah, when you press
About
enter.
the subheading. I couldn't readjust the subheading.
So it's either like you press the enter, or you can do this when you move it. It just makes new rows when you like left click and hold it, or you can use the enter. And now, because I decided I would like to use something like Helvetica font, which is the style of the letters. So then you can see when you click on command or concert object, you can see that there is Open Sans Extra, which is not the font I would like to use. So when you put there like Helvetica, it shows you, or Helvetic, it shows you Helveticism, which is the font which is very similar to it, so it's fine. So when you click on it, you can see that the command or concert has changed the way it looks like. So do this in each of the texts, just click on it, like select it and then go here and change it to Helvetish in all of them. Are you good with it? Are you fine with it?
Yes.
And you, Branko? So now, because whenever you do any kind of a design, it's good that everything is aligned. If you have noticed, everything is either centered or to the left side or to the right side, and everything is like right on the line. So the guides are the things which help you, which helps you to do the things. You can also see where it is, which means that now it's on 0, and now it's this. And when this does, it's called snapping. So it has snapped to the margin. So now we would like to align the text. So So left click on it and then hold it and move with it. You know, when it comes closer, it sticks. And then you can see that even the margin is kind of a guide. So just let's move it on the top of it and stick it to the guide, this one. And let's do this for all of the text which is there. And let's move this down. So when you have it like this, you can see that it's still not aligned. So select the object, and then when you go up to the top toolbar, you can see that there is this button alignment. So when you click on it, it aligns to the left, it aligns to the right. So let's align to the left for this one. And do this for the rest of them. So whenever you position the text, if you have noticed some posters, they just, some of them have right amount of text and some of them have too much of the text. I will show you an example. So when you, for example, see this, there is too much text. And why? Because whenever you look at something, you look for example, free information, when, where, and what. But if you see something like this, it takes you too much time to look for something. And then if you see another poster next to it, somewhere, you will probably look to another one, because it's just bigger and it's not convenient for anybody. So this is subconscious for all of us. Or you can also have something like this, you know, which is like that everything overlaps and so on. So that is the reason why I put part of the text at the top and part of the text down. So when you look at it, you just look, you know where to look. And now when I look at it, I have a feeling that these two shouldn't be big, should have the same size. It means that the comment, the name of the rock band is the most important. So I will just click on the rock concert, I select rock concert, and then I will go to the size, and I will change it to 32, like this. And I also make the text bold, the comment box, so I can make a difference with optical difference in it. And then I move this a little bit up, and I would like this to be italic. So I will click in the top toolbar on italics, and also I would like to obey the big one, like this. And when I look down, I think that the when and where is not necessary there. That it's just too much text, and it can like disrupt the time between the point when you look at it and when somebody finds the information. So just let's delete the when and where. And this is not aligned, so I will just align it again. And I still think that when I look at portages and Silvio Metodi Vitola, I feel like that it's not good readable. So the thing is that I remove it, and by enter I put it on another row. And also the margin around it, it's called like a buffer zone. So for example, when you upload it somewhere, it's better to have it there. So it just somehow helps to people to concentrate and have something around like the edge. And do you have it like this?
Yeah.
Here now?
Yeah.
And you can go?
Yes.
And but let's look at it again. When I look at it again, I feel like that now it's more clear for me. So I would probably go to the concert, but there might be a better one next to it. So I would like to make like a difference between the Kamen Rock concert and the old school and somewhere. So it's not hard to figure out it. You have like circle, lines, shapes, or something like so. We can use the line just to make difference between the text. So go to the elements and click on line and shapes and see all. And let's click on this one. And now when I click on it, so I would like to move one here, and I would like to make another one there. So when you click on Ctrl C and Ctrl V, and it will make you a new one, and I will move it here down. This is something like it will separate the text. So when somebody looks at it, it's much quicker for for somebody who sees it to find the information they want, where, when, and what. And then when you select the object, you go up and there's the line weight, which means the size of the line. I think that the line is too thick, but that's also your decision, because most of the time, there are rules in design, but it's about your feeling, whether you feel it's fine or whether you feel it's not fine. But the rules will help you, like the alignment rule and the text putting up and up will help you to make it nicer. So in this way, I would like to make it like a thinner a little bit, and I would like to do the same with the lower one. And I think it's just like the lines are just too long, so why not to resize them? And it's also good to align it to something. So when you move, you can see that if you have too many gaps behind, yeah, I don't know why it doesn't align there, but I will just align it to where the code ends. It doesn't show me now when, but if you need help, you can make another guide and put it on the T, and you can see that it's aligned. So then when you move it here, you can see that it's aligned to the end of the text. And let's do the same here, that I would like to align this to the end of the hour of the event. So I will just move it this. And here, I can use the guide again, to move it. It snaps a lot, so when it snaps, just move the line to the left or to the right so you can have it at 0. So now I would like to align the second part to the 0. So I will just do this, and I will move it a little bit. So now it's aligned with the text. When you export it, the guides won't be there. The guides are just to help you to do the alignment. Okay, so when I look at it, now I think that it's somehow quite fine, but I still think that the line is just too close to the bottom one. So when you click on the object and use the arrows on your keyboard, it moves a little bit when you use the arrows up and down and left. So just let's move it a little bit. And when you make an adjustment, just look at it and feel like, do you like it yourself? Would you go to the concert? And if you say yes, that's fine. If you have a feeling there is something weird on it, it's just like carrying on by child and some rules. You can also, when you hit the line, you can click here, and then it will give you like the arrow. Like this one, for example. So click and add the arrow. And now we can remove these two guides because we don't need them anymore. And when I look at it without the arrow, it just feels like I would like to add something small to it. So when I add the arrow, the thing is what arrow tells you. It's like arrow tells you to go here, to go there. So if someone sees it and they see the arrow, it tells them subconsciously, I have to go there, I have to go there. So there is the reason why I use the arrow. It just helps to people to guide them like, let's go there. And now, because I would like to use, for example, a guitar or a guy with long hair or something, I would like to use something what's called a vector. You either have pictures, like photos, and then you have vectors, which are somehow drawings, which are used like here. So then just click on the cross, and then you have the graphics. Let's click on graphics, and let's put there like a gramophone record. But when you do this, you see that everything is pro. It means that we have to pay for it, but I don't want to pay for it. So there is a website, like when I showed you the unsplash.com last time, there is another website which is called freepik.com. It's very similar to Unsplash. You have free drawings there, but the difference is when you use Unsplash, you can use the pictures without copyright. It means without paying somebody, the author. But when you have the Freepik, there is something what's called contribution. It means that we should add to our drawing that it was made by that guy, but we don't have to pay for it. But in this case, I won't add this to it, but it should be there. But I think it's not such a big crime, so we just don't have to add it. Just that you know. About it. So I will just go to Freepik. Yeah, the thing is that the good things on Canva are paid, so that is the reason why I use Freepik or Unsplash to get this stuff to work. So now I would like to look up for the gramophone record. So let's put the gramophone record. And you see that there's also the license over here. So we would like to get the free stuff like this. And now let's scroll down. So when I was thinking about the gramophone record, I had in my mind something what's nature, something old and something new. Because the gramophone itself is old, but when I look at this one, I can see that it's like the old gramophone in a new code. So that is the reason why I click on download, and I do the free download. Now it tells you that you should do the contribution, which means that you should add there it was created by that guy who created it. But I just don't have to do it because they will probably look for it. But just you know that it works this way. And now let's open the folder which we downloaded, and you can see that there are two formats. .eps, it's like a format which is used by some software like Canva, like Inkscape or CorelDRAW. I'm not sure which one. And then you have the JPEG, which is the one which we want to use. So go back to your, let's extract it to our computer. So I'll extract it to my Canva folder in DC for in documents, and just let's move it there and check it what it looks like. It's good. And the thing is that the second one which I want to choose is a guitar. So let's look at the guitar there. And let's scroll down. And you can see that this is a photo, but this is drawing, the vector. And so when I look at the guitars, I would like to have something simple and probably in the same color as the text. So I have decided to pick this guitar. So I'll also let's download the guitar. And extract it to the same folder. You can either put it to downloads, or there is a folder in documents in dc48.canva in the computers, so you can either put it there to the downloads. So now I have downloaded it. Have you also downloaded them? Do you need help?
I need to download the guitar.
Okay. Are you good?
Yes.
Acoustic or
Just put their guitar, just the word, and we will look it up. Just move it a little bit down, I think it's a bit down. Okay, this is the guitar. And we go down. Have you downloaded them, Franco? Good. Okay, so now the way how you get into Canva is the upload panel. So just click on the upload panel and click upload media and look for the place where you put them in the computer. And when you click, it starts to upload to the Canva.
we need just the JPEGs.
The JPEGs first. EPS format is used by different program, like that you can actually change the paths of it, but I don't know which one. So once it's uploaded, you just click on it and you move it over here. And now when I look at it, I think that the music shouldn't be there. So just when you select the object, you click here crop, and it gives you the cropping. So now let's like move it a little bit like this, and let's click on it. Or I think that it needs a little bit more to the top, so I will just change it. That when you create a design, it's like this. You change it again till the point you think it's fine. And now let's move it here. And you know, when we look at it, it's just too big, and it overlaps the text. So I will resize it. So when you click on it, and you left click on the top, when you see this kind of an arrow, you can just resize when you hold it. I will move it here. Well, it's still too big, so I will just resize it again, and I will put it there. But now when I look at it, I think it's not the right place. It feels like that it would be hard for people to differentiate between the text and everything, because it's one continuous line of everything. So I will try to move it to the top, and I will look at it again. And I say, well, it's better, but at this point I would like to have there the guitar, not the vertical. So now when you click on it and you click delete, you just delete it from the design. So now we will try the guitar. So let's take the guitar and move the guitar there. So now, before we resize the guitar, you can notice that it's somehow above the line. So, like the thing. This is something like layering. So when you click on right click and you see like send it backward, send it to back, bring it forward, bring it forward. And you would like to see the line. So when you do send to back, you can see that it has moved like down. And let's click it again and let's bring to forward. It's above. So when you have designs, so whenever you create something, it's like imagine you have clothes in a drawer. It's like first row, second row, third row, fourth row. The things which we have in there is the same. So imagine that if you look it from this way, like when we swap it, you see that there is like the text, then there is the line, and now there is the picture above it with the guitar. And when you do send it, you have send backward, which means when you do send backward, it just moves here. when you do send to back, it means it does to the button. When you do up, when it's there, then you do, okay, I will just do send to back. You know, now it has moved down, everything is above. And now when you do, okay, bring it to the front, it's straight to the top. When you have bring it to the bring forward, it's only one step above, like when you switch the t-shirts. So this is like, this is very standard, and it's in all, whenever you draw, it's like you have multiple lines of everything, and you can switch between them, which of them you would like to be visible the first. But because we would like to have everything visible, so we will leave it as it is, or just that we have everything above. So the picture is at the bottom. So now I think that the guitar is too big, so I will just do the resize again, and I will try to put it here. I think that it's reasonable, but I don't like that the guitar is tilted. So I would like it to be like the opposite of the line. So this is, I like horizontal, and I would like the guitar to be vertical. So what I do is like click on it, and then you have
Flip.
no flip. Flip is like this, but you have this button here. This is the rotation. But we don't know. You know, now there is not a guide which can help us. So we will just take the guide again and move it there. And now I will just make it bigger so we can see the guitar, to the point that we also see the thing which helps us to rotate it, which is here. And now you can see the strings and this. So I will resize it a little bit so I see the guitar better and the strings. And now I will just rotate it a little bit. Now we can see that we can align it with the strings like this. It's not 100% precise, but it's enough for people not to see that there might be a small mistake, which is fine when people can see. And now I think that the amount of space around is just too much, so we can do the crop. And I will just do a little bit resize of the space around, so there is not much of it. And I click on enter. I will remove the guide so I can see it better. And now I will move the guitar a little bit to the bottom, to the edge.
Because of the reflection.
This is like, it's more like, this is called the rule of third. After we have created it, I will show you some other pictures and you will understand. But sometimes it's like, it's not like math or physics when you have exact. It's also up to your feeling that you feel it's not on the right place. But there will be something after that which will explain this reason really. And now I would like to make it a little bit bigger. Let's say like this, and just move it a little bit again, and then it's tied to this place. And I will just resize it a little bit, and I will look at it. And now you can use the arrows to move it a little bit, like to the left and to the right, so it fits the margin and the buffer zone. And now when you click on the percentage here, you can just do the fit, which means that it will resize to the thing that you can see it all.
I find it differently, but I like the way I do it. I found this whole thing differently.
Yes, that's very nice. Okay, so now it's done, and the thing is that now when you click on this, you have the download button, the way we did last time, and this time, because it's for Facebook or Instagram, you just do PNG and you do download, which is the right format for it. And when we open it, you see that it's exported, like in the right thing. And that's it. And you see that there is like thing above. So this is like the naming. So whenever you create something, please name it with the name of the thing, and then your surname and name. And so this is like Kamen, concert, and my name is selected at this one. And now it's saved, and let's go home. And sometimes, when you look at it, the name is not there. Sometimes it takes up some time to update the Canva, the website. So sometimes you don't see the right, the name and so on. But the one which we have just decided, you can see the 3 dots in the top right corner, and then you can see share. So let's click on share, and then you can see that there is like this, and you can not share, you can edit. So now click on can edit. I've also done this. And when you do this, and you do the sharing, let's go, it probably is not updated now, but when you go to share with you, it should show you the thing which I have shared with you now. Can you see it? Okay, we'll try it at the end of the class because it might take some time to share it.
Show the name.
And did you click on the sharing with the one? Okay, now you can see that you can see the one which I created.
Yeah.
So but name yours with your name and surname, because if we have multiple of them, you would get lost in it. PNG is fine. Your one is very nice. It's better than mine. Okay, just click on save. And now let's go back to home. And name, so name it. Or you can do it also here. And you can name it like this, and always add there your name and surname. Because when you have a lot of shared stuff, you will get confused with it. Okay, so let's go home. And now when it's this one, but it's not updated. So when you click on the 3 dot, and you will share, and now we click on it. And can view is like the rest of people we can view, can edit means editing. So this is the way, whenever you create something, it's like the way how we know each other what we have created. So when you get some homework or task, it's like that you create it, you add there the name of it and share. And you can also see that at the bottom there is open the invitation again. Let's open the invitation again, and you can see that in the top, in the bottom left corner, there is the notes. So when you create some task at home, you can add me there a note, like, the whole process which we did here, like thinking about this is like something what's called the workflow. It means that's the good way how to just go from one point to another point till you get to the right thing. So I will just put there. This is my design with guitar. I used the mood board, which was the what we did, like information and thing. So when you put it there and when you share it, everybody can see it. But I don't see it, still see it there, but I will probably see it later. And when you have something like cover, it's like that when you click on Facebook cover, at the top of it, it gives you the Facebook cover here, so let's click on it. and create a blank Facebook cover. So the only difference between Facebook invitation, which you do posting on, and Facebook cover is like when you have the event on Facebook. It just has different dimension. So what is done when you